Well, welcome back to the Walk of the Way in the Desert. And this is day 3. And so far, we've seen that the cross was not the end, it was just the beginning. And that the desert is not punishment, it's preparation. Today, we're going to step into something that's deeper. Identity is tested. And there comes a point in every journey, especially after transformation, where what we've received begins to be challenged. Not to destroy it, but to establish it, because identity that has never been tested often hasn't yet been fully owned. So here's the truth for today. Temptation often targets identity first, before actions are compromised and before decisions are made. There is usually a quieter question underneath it all. Is this really who you are? You may recognize these moments. They often sound like this. If you are strong, why do you feel so weak? If you are changed, why are you still struggling? And if you are who you believe you are, prove it. These are the if you are moments in life. And they don't always come loudly. Sometimes they whisper. If you are here, then why? If you are, then prove. And if you are, then perform. And suddenly, identity begins to feel like something that you have to earn again. But here's where everything shifts. Resurrection power anchors identity, not performance. And so identity is not something that you prove, it's something that you live from. But when identity is tested, the pressure is to move from being into proving, to strive, to perform, or to validate yourself. And the more you try to prove who you are, the more unstable it begins to feel. So, because performance fluctuates, some days you feel strong, other days you don't. Some days you get it right, and other days you fall short. But if your identity is built on performance, it will rise and fall like your circumstances. But identity rooted in something deeper remains steady. After the cross, after resurrection, you are not trying to become someone new by effort. You are learning to live as someone new by truth. So just think about it this way. A seed doesn't prove it's a tree by striving. It grows because it's a tree in seed form. In the same way, you don't prove your identity by constant effort. You grow into it because it has already been planted within you. But growth takes time. And in that time, there will be tests. When identity is tested, you will feel the pull to react instead of remain grounded, prove instead of trust, perform instead of rest. And in those moments, the question is not, can I prove who I am? The question is, can I stay rooted in who I am? Because the goal is not perfection, the goal is alignment. So let's take a moment together, sit with this question. Do I live from identity or for it? Do you find yourself striving to prove your worth or trying to validate who you are through what you do? Or are you learning to move from the place you've already being, already held, already grounded? There's no judgment here, just awareness, because awareness is where change begins. So when you live for identity, you chase it. And when you live from identity, you carry it. And one leads to exhaustion while the other leads to peace. So as you go through your day today, remember this. You don't have to prove who you are. You don't have to answer every "if you are" question with performance. You can answer it with presence, with steadfastness, with quiet confidence because of who you are. It's not on trial. It's being established. And this is day 3 of the walk of the way in the desert. Tomorrow we step back into day 4, dependence over control. So until then, stay rooted, stay steady, and live from what was already true.